Of course, my name is Sam Ray. I'm the CEO of NewsBTC. Yeah, so I mean, at core we're a publishing group, so we publish news, analysis, all this sort of thing through not just NewsBTC but bitcoinist.com as well. But at the moment we're trying to expand to become more of a media group. So we are trying to build out a network through which we can publish the same content adapted to different audiences through various different websites. Yeah, we have right now 4 different franchises. We have one in South Korea, Japan, South Africa, and just opened one in China, each of which has its own editorial team, its own management team, its own advertising team. And the idea behind that is to sort of capture local markets. So as soon as we can publish local content, we can then capture different audiences, basically. Yes and no. We kind of have we've been around for a while, so sort of 4 years, 5 years now, and I think at the beginning when we first started doing this, we were very niche. We had a small audience, we were trying to cover the technological stuff, the specifics. Now we kind of have, I guess, a broader responsibility to educate people who perhaps aren't that familiar with the technology, with the space, because as you know, especially people are trying to, and as we see here, people are trying to raise money, people are trying to take money off the public for various different projects. So we kind of now have to not just focus on the technology, we have to focus on sort of we have to advise people responsibly as to where they should be putting their money. So it's yeah, I see where you're going, and yes, we cover it, and what we're trying to work on right now, which I guess feeds into the previous couple of questions, we're trying to put together a sort of investigative journalism team that sort of delve into these projects and don't just cover them from an objective point of view. We are objective, of course, but they actually dig into what's happening, they find out, and we're trying to become a sort of, to separate ourselves from the crowd, we're trying to become the company or the news outlet that says this is actually what's really going on, and take it as you will, and we know that we're probably going to get some pushback from various companies, various individuals because of that, but we feel that that's probably the way to go. It's what's needed, I think. Of course, yeah. Our chief editor, Joseph Young, has a great reputation in the space. We have Martin Young, again, same surname, no relation, who is the chief editor of our Asian Hour, which is, they cover pretty much from Eastern European to all the way through to Australia overnight. But in terms of advisors and in terms of board, we're completely independent. So from day one, we bought the website, we've paid for everything ourselves. We have no external input financially, which is a great thing because many of these outlets, all the other ones, essentially have external input, and when you get external input, it removes a little bit of objectivity. So we don't have that, which is, again, something that sets us apart. Orange. No, bright. No, we're super positive. I mean, I was just saying before to a couple of people that we've been coming to these conferences for a long time, and this time last year, it was the case that perhaps they were a bit busier, but a lot of the people here were pushing concepts, pushing things that weren't built yet. There was no product. They were just trying to raise money as quickly as possible. Now, a lot of the people you meet, they have products, they have an MVP, they have an audience, a user base, and they're just trying to build on what they've created, which for me is perhaps not as quick, but it's much more exciting. I have none of those. Sure, so say Joe Public coming into the space with no sort of familiarity with what crypto is, with what blockchain is. I don't think any of those things are necessary. I think it's all about, I think as long as you're interested in it, and as long as you're willing to put a little bit of time into figuring out exactly what's going on and how these things work, I think it's easy. I don't think there's any real problem with it. And to be honest, I think 90% of the people who pretend to be interested in the space or pretend that they know a whole lot about it actually don't know that much about it if you were to ask them some serious questions. So yeah, it's all about interest, I think. And this is an interesting space.